Hi guys, it's me again. Alright then viewers, today I'm going to be showing off my updated BBC VHS collection with a globe ident, because I heard that my good friend Josh Phillips has now reached 600 subscribers. Well, congratulations to you, mate. Well, I'm glad you made it up to 600, but by the time it's 400 more, you'll be able to reach 10,000 subscribers like I did. Right, okay, so this is for you, Josh. Now, I'm going to show off my collection, including the Shakespeares that you gave me. Right, so let's crack on. Oh, and of course, for this video, I'm going to split it into 4 parts, because I've got a lot of them with the globe idents. Right, so I'm going to show you this box set to start off with first. And here is The 6 Wives of Henry VIII. Now, and I know that he did used to have this tape, because his VHS recorder was broken. Yeah, and it's a good thing. Luckily, he gave the 6 Wives of Henry VIII box set to Louis Walden, who's already been given from Josh now. But that's right, that's why I've got this one as a box set. Anyway, here's the back with 6 wives like Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Anna Cleves, Catherine Howard, and Catherine Parr. And there's a front, top, and bottom. This is released in 2003 as part of a box set. So I'm going to show you the videos separate. And here's the 6 Wives of Henry VIII, Catherine of Aragon. Oh, and here's the front, spine with the BBC logo on the bottom, and the back. Oh, and it only runs for 90 minutes on this one. And here's the tape for The 6 Wives of Henry VIII, Catherine of Aragon. And here's a print date. Now this one is 11th of August 2003. Obviously a re-release, but this one featured a globe, which is very lucky. And the next one is the Anne Boleyn. That's the 2nd wife of Henry VIII. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's a tape for the Anne Boleyn. And it's the same print date on here. And moving on to the next one, and it's Jane Seymour. Oh, and it's got a rated U certificate on here. Yes, probably the next one. Front, spine, and here's the back. Oh, and here's the print date. Yep, same thing. And and it's got an old rated U certificate on the cassette here, and it's a Jane Seymour. And moving on to Anne of Cleves. Yeah, and that's the 4th wife of Henry VIII. And that's Keith Mitchell as King Henry VIII. Anyway, here's the front, spine, and here's the back. Yep, it's got the same print date on here. And here's the tape for Anne of Cleves. And moving on to the last 2 now. And here's Catherine Howard. Front, spine, and here's the back. Yep, same print date, and that's Catherine Howard. Last one out of that box set, Catherine Parr. Spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Catherine Parr. Right, I'm just going to put those videos back in its box now, so just bear with me for a minute, viewers, whilst I sort this out. Right, and I will put them over to one side so I can put it away later. Right, and moving on to the BBC Shakespeare series now, and starting with The Taming of the Shrew. Spine, and here's the back. Oh, and don't ask about the barcode on here. Probably because it was been at a library many years ago. And here's a tape for The Taming of the Shrew. Oh, and there's no print date on this one, just to let you know. And moving on to King Lear. Front, spine, and the back. And here's the tape for the King Lear. Oh yeah, and here's a print date. Now this one is 26th of September 1992. Obviously a re-release out of that one. And the next one is A Midsummer Night's Dream. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for A Midsummer Night's Dream. No print date. And the next one, and it'll be The Tempest. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for The Tempest. And the next one, and it'll be Romeo and Juliet. Now, that's really good bit because I think that one is not based on Romeo and Juliet in this one, or should it be Nomeo and Juliet? But this is the real thing. Oh, and it's got a BBC logo on the left here, top left, and also it's got a W.A. Smith exclusive video. Yeah, probably some of these were released in W.A. Smith's many years ago in the 90s. Oof, yeah, that is very good. Here's the spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Romeo and Juliet. And here's a print date. Now this one is 11th of November 1994. And the next one is Macbeth. Spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Macbeth. Oh, and don't worry though, viewers, I've managed to be careful with this tape now. Yeah, because I've only watched it once. Well, it was kind of good, I think. Yeah, but of course, don't worry about the other BBC Shakespeare series. Well, I'll probably get round to doing some VHS converting on those, if I get round to it. And the next one is A Winter's Tale. See, that's the front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for The Winter's Tale. And here's the print date, 21st of February 1992. A re-release, but with an old look. And moving on to Henry IV Part 1. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Henry IV Part 1. No print date this time. And the next one is Part 2 of Henry IV. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Henry IV Part 2. Right, moving on to the next one, and it's Antony and Cleopatra. Spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Antony and Cleopatra. And here's the print date. Now this one is 1st of July 1993. And the next one is 12 Night. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for 12 Night. No print date. And moving on to the next one, and it's As You Like It. Front, spine, and the back. And here's the tape for As You Like It. No print date. And moving on to Henry V, or in the spine, the life of Henry V. And see, that's the front cover. There's a picture of King Henry V on the front. Here's the spine and the back. And here's a tape for Henry V. No print date. And there's the inside sleeve for all the other BBC Shakespeare tapes. Now, I've got all of them now. And the 6 Wives of Henry VIII on here. So that's good. And moving on to Julius Caesar. Here's the front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Julius Caesar. Oh, and there's no print date on here, just to let you know. And the next one is Measure for Measure. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Measure for Measure. Oh, don't ask about that crack on the in the cassette here. But anyway, here's the print date, speaking of which. And this one is from 10th of September 1993. Probably a re-release. And moving on to The Merry Wives of Windsor. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for The Merry Wives of Windsor. No print date. Right, and moving on to Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. Oh, sorry. Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, Part 1. Spine, and here's the back. And here's the tape for Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, Part 1. Here's a print date. Now this one is 25th of March 1994. That was only just a few months just before another tape comes along, which I'll show you right now. And here's part 2 of Prince of Denmark. Front, spine, and here's the back. And here's a tape for Hamlet Part 2. Now this one is 11th of November 1994. Right, I'm moving on to the last BBC Shakespeare now. And here's Oddfellow. Here's the front, big spine, and a big back. And here's part 1 for Oddfellow, and part 2 for part 2. And this one is 13th of November 1994 on this one. And the same with this one. So there you go, viewers. That was the first part of my BBC VHS collection with a globe ident. Right, viewers, well, I better say goodbye now, viewers, and I will see you in a minute for the next part. Until then, bye!